Hey you guys, I'm Dini and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all of my favorite food waste hacks. Let's dive in. When it comes to food waste, people are just not creative sometimes and we get lazy and we just decide to throw things out, or we say, okay, maybe I'll do something with this by the end of the week, and then the end of the week comes and it ends up in the garbage. You all know the drill, right? And I'm so guilty of it as well. But I want to share some of my favorite tips and tricks. So when you do have a couple extra minutes and you are able to transform your leftover food into something new, you will save so much money and so much time. So let me show you my absolute favorite food waste hacks. So the first one I want to show you, potatoes, okay? Such a staple, such a classic. A lot of recipes call for just the actual potato and not the skins. The skins happen to be the most delicious, crunchy snack. So whenever you're making anything that calls for just the potato and not the peels, don't throw the peels out. As long as you scrub them really well, take these peels, roast them in some olive oil, some salt, until they're super, super crispy and yummy. You are going to love these. They're so good. They're low carb because you're not getting much potato. It's just the skin. And it's an amazing, irresistible snack. So try to remember that next time you're peeling potatoes, okay? That's my first one. The next one I want to show you is stale bread, okay? So I had 3 slices of bread that was going bad. I bought a new batch of bread because it just wasn't great anymore. It didn't have mold on it. It wasn't technically bad, but it just was older. So I was like, you know what? Let me repurpose it and make breadcrumbs because I can always use breadcrumbs. And it honestly takes 2 seconds to make and you don't have to buy them. You've already bought the bread. So why not transform it and stretch your dollar a little bit longer? So all I've done, I've taken the 3 slices of bread. This is Dave's Killer Bread, our favorite. And all I've done is taken it and toasted it. You could also put it in the oven. And all you're doing is just drying it out even more, making it more stale. And then you just put it into a food processor. I know it's kind of annoying taking out a food processor. It's a whole to-do, but honestly, it's just bread, so it just requires a quick little washout. It's not like making a pesto in here where it requires a deep, deep wash. Okay, so you throw your bread in here, close her up, and give it a pulse.
A few moments later.
Okay, that's it. It smells so good. I like toasty bread. All right, look at that. You have perfect breadcrumbs, okay? It took 5 seconds to make. You just saved 3 pieces of bread from going into the garbage. I mean, how amazing are you, right? So cool. So all you gotta do now is just put it into like a little container. You could put it into a little baggie. I like airtight containers. I just find that it makes everything last longer. And you could leave this out on your counter for about a week or so. All right? That's it. Homemade breadcrumbs. So easy. Makeup. Next up, I'm going to show you how to repurpose roasted vegetables from the week. So I had some leftover broccoli from the week, roasted way too much. We weren't getting around to it. We're traveling next week. Mike is traveling this week, so it just wasn't happening for us. But I know that I could always take broccoli and transform it into the most amazing pesto, even if I don't have basil sitting around the house. So I have some leftover roasted broccoli from the week. I have some walnuts. You could use any nut. You could use pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, really any nut you like, almonds, and some olive oil. And if you want to either add Parmesan or you could add some nutritional yeast, totally up to you. And you could either use this blender, just like you used before, or you could use an immersion blender, which I prefer always because you get to just put it directly into the container that you're going to be mixing it in, and you don't have to transfer anything. So you don't waste any of the little bits from scooping it out. You just do it directly in here and then you store it in here. Let's blend it. It smells so good already. That's it. You can pulse this as much or as little as you like. Depends on how thick you like your pesto. This looks perfect for me. It still has some texture, but it's still finely ground. Oh my gosh. Wish you could smell this. Oop. So good. Okay, don't forget to season it with some salt and pepper. And then, as I mentioned, we're going to be traveling. We're not going to be here for the week, so you could store it as is. Or if you're going to be away or you just know you're not going to get around to eating all of it, Ice cube trays are your best friend when it comes to repurposing leftovers and reducing food waste. Because you could really take anything left over, stick it in little ice cube trays, and pop it in the freezer, and then take it out for last minute meals anytime, okay? So check it out. You're just gonna fill your little ice cube tray. This is my favorite hack because then when it comes to lunchtime, I can make the fastest meal, whether I wanna put it on a sandwich or I wanna put it into a pasta, cauliflower rice. Just always have it there sitting and waiting for you. So that is my little pesto hack. And another thing that you could use these ice cube trays for are like leftovers. So like, let's say you're making a recipe with chipotle peppers. So we make a shakshuka very often for my meal prep. And you're not gonna eat the entire can of these and then it just sits there and it wastes or you end up throwing it away. Take the leftovers, throw it into here, let it, leave it in your freezer. And the next time you need it, you have it. Just pop it out and stick it right into your shakshuka. Same thing goes for leftover tomato paste. I feel like I always waste like the bottom of the can. Throw it in there. It's perfectly good frozen, I promise you. Same thing also goes for coconut, a canned coconut. Like how often do you throw out like half a can of coconut because you don't have a use for it after you're making your curry or whatever it may be. So buy a few of these, use them. They are your best friend when reducing food waste. All right. Next, sun-dried tomatoes. This is my favorite little tip. This oil is gold, I'm telling you. So once you finish using your entire jar of sun-dried tomatoes, do not throw this oil out. This is the most flavorful oil you're ever gonna find. And I love putting it in pastas. You could season chicken with it. Use it as you would oil. You could even make an omelet with it and just use this oil instead of olive oil. So once you're done with the sun-dried tomatoes, either you could keep it in this jar just because that's easy, or you could transfer it to something else. But do not throw this away. It is so good. Use both the sun-dried tomatoes and the oil. You get double bang for your buck. And the last two things when it comes to food waste, my two favorite little tips. When it comes to either like tomatoes, let's say, I got it at the farmer's market. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go through all of this by the end of the week, and I see like some of them are starting to turn. If that happens, make a great tomato sauce out of it, or you could even throw it in the freezer so you could deal with it another time. Freezer's the best friend. It just like buys you more time. It's great. Or what I like to do is put it in a baking dish and a little bit of olive oil, salt, oregano, and some balsamic vinegar. They get so sweet, so delicious, and it's just the greatest way to save your tomatoes from going bad. Last but not least, fruit that's starting to turn. So here is a little mushy peach that we're definitely not gonna eat, okay? I definitely wouldn't serve that top part. That I would cut off completely, but the rest of it is totally fine. So check it out, perfectly fine in there. So cut off any of the bad parts, okay? And this way, you have it for a smoothie. Again, pop it in the freezer. When in doubt, freeze. Telling you, don't be afraid of that freezer. All right, so cut them into little pieces so they're all ready to go. You can do the same thing with bananas, same thing with apples, any fruit that you want. I even take kale or spinach that's going bad. I throw it in the freezer and then I just use it in my smoothies. So don't let things get to the point where you have to throw them in the garbage. Save them before they really start to turn. Throw them in the freezer, put them in a little baggie like this. Save them for your smoothies, make pies out of it. You could throw it in your oatmeal, really whatever. You could even make like an applesauce or a peach sauce or a crumble. Get creative with it and just always remember your freezer is your best friend, and don't let things go too long that they start to rot or get mold on them. Try to save them right before and get a little bit creative. All right, you guys, I hope you love that. Let me know what you think below and what kinds of things that you like to save or repurpose and your best tips and tricks. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that I know that you like these videos. Let me know what else you want to see. And lots more is on Prep and Rally on Instagram, so come check it out. Bye, guys.